Hey there, I'm Anna, and today I'm making a conversational video here in the nature, back again. I came here specifically to make the video better. I think that green grass makes everything better. God, the sounds are awesome, amazing. I have spent a year in the rural area. I was born here. I went to university. I worked a little bit in the city, and I went to back because I love it here. I've been homeschooling myself as a 23-year-old, and there are so many things that I discovered that are shocking to me right now. And I realized that I'm so stupid, I'm so dumb, I don't know anything about this world. So, this is the ultimate lesson for you to get out of the system, to start thinking for yourself, to start living better. It goes like this: stay kind and curious. Okay? Why kind? When you are kind, you are basically helping people without wanting or expecting anything in return. And it's the best feeling, I'm telling you. There is, I don't know, maybe a bee inside of my hoodie. Oh my god. There was a fucking. Oh, it flew out. Okay. I'm basically on the bee farm, and the secret not to irritate bees is not to get them angry, okay? Do not try to catch them or press them or throw them out. Just be calm. Just like pretend you're dead kind of thing. Staying kind. When you're helping people, it's the best feeling in the world. I've taken this as a rule for myself. Whenever someone asks for a favor, I would just do that, even if I don't make money out of it. It's the best feeling. I'm not saying I'm a saint. No, I'm so far away from being a kind person. I've been talking to my brother recently, and we were discussing which people are really kind from our family, and in the rating of all my family, I take the lowest the last place of being a kind person. So I'm the most not kind person in my family. How nice is that? Anyways, it fulfills you when you are helping people. It fulfills you. It makes you happier when you create, when you build something. Staying curious. Everything that you know about this world comes from a source. Okay? And if you come to think of it, majority of that source is school or your parents or whenever you were brought up and shaped as a human being. It's so important. It's so important that I right now when I'm considering like how I'm gonna be teaching my kids, my head is just exploding because I don't want them to be studying nor at a public school nor at a private school. Everything is so fucked up. My example here: I was educated at a public school in Ukraine. I got to learn some stuff. I wrote it down. Ukraine is so cool, like the biggest country in Europe, if we don't count Russia, the biggest amount of wheat, sunflower seeds, and oil, corn, honey. Like we're top exporter of these natural resources. We have like Kazakhs; they are so cool, soldiers, like samurais or knights of a kind. All the education is so focused on Ukrainian language and Ukrainian culture and Ukrainian history. Everything is so focused only on this thing. Like half of the education goes towards it. That you are so narrow-minded about what's happening in the world. It's a good thing to understand the place in which you're living, but we also live in the world, and we're so uneducated on what's happening in the world, on the history, on why it's happening. There is almost no critical thinking. There is a fact, a date that you remember, and you live with it. And same happened in my university. I learned Declaration of Human Rights. You learn it, and you assume that it's a truth, and you go with it like in life. And you're thinking, oh, that's the truth because I learned that at school. Well, what else did I learn? I learned that there is only one correct answer in solving mathematical problem, when it's not like that. There is divergent and convergent type of thing. Convergent is solving a mathematical problem and having one correct answer, when divergent thinking is you can solve a problem in life in like 50 ways. You can use A, B, C, D resources and tools to solve it. Like it's so not one answer in life, but we are taught that there is one answer. And then we are going in life thinking, all right, if there is one answer, I go to university, I go get a good job, well, by my 30s, I'm like, yeah, I gotta have a family. Yeah, then I gotta retire and like, bye everyone, like my life is over. It's not like that. The map of the world looks like this. I'll edit it, doesn't it? The map of the world is broken into these small pieces of land. Political map. Like, is it? We can't control the weather. And I won't even go deep into Federal Reserve, into Titanic, into presidents of USA, into Kennedy, into 9/11 or Antarctica or other stuff, because there are like weird conspiracy theories, right? But it's also beneficial to call everything a conspiracy theory when it goes against the accepted agenda, against the accepted message, rules, all these facts. They are laid out to us at school, and you, as a kid who does not know anything about the world, who is still curious to learn, US is the best country in the world. People who are speaking English are, it's not directly taught like that way, but they are like superior towards others. They have more opportunities and rules and rights, and that's why you like have to think that that country is really cool and think of yourself as a lesser of a human being. You just accept that. Watch a Disney show like Miley Cyrus, Hannah Montana. Yeah, I used to watch that. And you're thinking, oh, their life is so cool and they are so rich and talented and beautiful, and we are not. So we are kind of worse than them. So, oh, all right, yeah, like I like this American lifestyle. But then, like, who did tell you that? Like, there are some dudes who just tell you, hey, here is the fact, and that's the truth. And you kind of have to trust them and believe them. But why do you have to believe them? Wouldn't you believe the opposite? There is no explanation. And the saddest thing is that you stop being curious. You stop wondering, why is dollar the main currency in the world? Why all the oil is being sold in dollars? Who decided that? Why did they found this Federal Reserve? There are so many questions. Sorry, just a second. Okay, did you see that? That was a bee. You accept the facts, you accept the understanding of the world as someone wrote this in a book, and you don't question anything anymore, which is the saddest thing ever. So staying curious is so beneficial. Do not believe anyone. The hard part about staying curious is that you cannot basically trust anyone. If you listen to what China says, they're not telling the truth. They are telling their side of a story. If you're listening to what US tells you, like, no, they are also not telling the truth. If you're listening to what Iran tells you, or Israel tells you, or Russia tells you, any of these parts of the story are not true. It's only true when you put the pieces together and kind of analyze it yourself, or you will learn the truth in 100 years from now. So you'll have to be okay with the fact that you do not know the truth, that everything that you know is kind of not the truth, and that maybe you will learn the truth later on. And staying curious is so energy consuming because you so want to believe it. We want to be lied to, we want to be fooled, we want to think the toothpaste that we use with the fluoride, it tells you on the packaging of all the toothpaste, keep this away from kids under 6, or like do not use it under 14. I saw different messages. Why does the instructor manual tell you not to use the toothpaste until you're 14? And then everyone uses it like twice or 3 times, or I don't know how many times a day. Eating it almost, like putting it in your body. And you were just told to, like, yeah, you either brush your teeth with this toothpaste or you're gross, right? So there are like no other options, no other natural options. You can only buy this from Unilever. from Procter and Gamble, from L'Oreal, right? The huge companies, because they told you so. Everything that you learn, everything that you know is not true. And every detail of your life, every understanding, like the bed in which you sleep, how you wake up, how you brush your teeth, how you wash your face, the house in which you live in, the floor in which you are like walking, the phone that you are using and holding close to yourself the whole time, every detail of your life, like the cosmetics that you put on your face, the cosmetics that you use to take the makeup off your face, the clothes that you're wearing, the container in which you save your food. Everything has the reason as to why it exists. You do not know the complete truth about all the facts and elements and everything that surrounds you. When I was talking about the container, mean that microplastics is accumulated in your body, and then it causes issues with your health, fertility, and other stuff. I'm not trying to scare anyone, because staying like when you are so negative and pessimistic about life and thinking that you can't trust anyone, it does not benefit you. It does not improve your quality of life. But you have to be aware of these things to benefit from the system. You know what I mean? Like, you have to know the rules of the game which you're playing to win the game, or to benefit from the game, or to exit the game. You have to first be aware of it, be conscious, and it's pretty fun. It's been fun to learn a lot of stuff. Just be aware of it. Like, be curious and kind. Understand this world and stay kind. That's the ultimate truth. This realization told me that basically no one is smarter than you or me. Uh, no one is uh, much more better than you or me. Why? The secret is in connections. How many people you know, how good of a connections those people you know have, and that's it. It's not even money, and it's not even skills, because if you know right people, you can get money, and if you know right people, you can get skills. Learn it or ask someone. People who are in the power, kind of living wealthy, successful life, they do not have any secret knowledge. They do all the same things. They breathe the same air. They eat the same food. They process food the same way. A CEO of a construction company is not better than you are. He just practiced negotiation over 1,000 times with other people. Talked to architects or contractors more times. So he kind of learned something. And that's it. And all this knowledge that we are being taught at schools, this is what keeps us away from this kind of successful people. This is what keeps us miserable and sad and unsatisfied with our life. This like consumerism and comparison and all the social media, that's such an old topic. It makes us pity ourselves. It makes us miserable when it's all fake. It's a show off. I haven't used social media for 4 months before. Just a couple of weeks ago, I relaunched the agency, and I kind of have to upload some content. And sometimes I stumble upon stuff. Social media is the worst. I wish I would never have to use social media in my life. That would make me much more happier person, much more fulfilled person. So I was considering of building a community of like-minded people on this channel to talk about business, about money, about world, about human psychology, on the different topics. Many want to start podcasts, and I kind of want to start a podcast too, but I know that it's not the top priority right now. I know that I don't have much of a capacity to do it, and I know that's going to be of low quality, but I still want to have conversations soon with some interesting people. So if you have comments, ideas for conversations, ideas for people, leave them in comments. I know that the audience is super small in here, so the first topic that I want to talk about is perhaps founding an application in this business climate with some of the founders of apps with whom I worked. Or I wanted to also talk about how to stay creative and how creative thinking is important right now with the rise of AI. And maybe talk about conspiracy theories or education. That's huge topics, but they are totally different from what I do right now. So let me know what you think about those topics. Would be also enriching and educating for you, and that would be maybe the first proper education that you get since high school. I really hope that it would be like that. So many things that we do not know yet, and we'll try to learn them together. So yeah, I gotta run. I've been talking for a while right now. I have to run and do my work right now, and I'll talk to you in a week. Bye.